We wanted to get reaction to Ben Bernanke's testimony today from two members of the House Financial Services Committee. They sit on opposite sides of the aisle, but they both sat across from the Fed chairman to ask questions today. Maxine Waters of California is the third most senior Democrat on the committee. Michael Castle of Delaware is the third most senior Republican, and we are happy to have you both today.
Thank you. Delighted to be with you.
Well, Representative Waters, let's start with you because the Fed chairman certainly has laid out a lot of difficult economic issues for policymakers to deal with. On the one hand, inflation is rising, driven by energy prices. That hurts many families across the country. At the same time, the credit markets are weak. We don't see the bottom in housing. The Fed is really stuck in a difficult position. Many on Wall Street say, what is your view of what you heard from Ben Bernanke today?
Well, first of all, I think that Ben Bernanke is straightforward. I think he came before the committee. He was honest and straightforward. He was clear. He did not try to confuse anybody. And yes, he admitted that we've got problems with this economy, but it is not as bad as some people think it is. He believes that it will slowly rebound. Not quickly, but it will rebound because it's basically strong. He also believes that we're getting a handle on the problems in the housing market. As a matter of fact, he's come up with a lot of reforms that I think will make the mortgages a lot better. The subprime crisis has driven us into difficult economic times, and it's going to take some time for that to straighten itself out. The sale of new home prices, new homes are down. We do have older homes that are selling pretty well. And with the reforms that he's talking about, I think I can trust him to give us his opinion about the GSEs, that is Fannie and Freddie, and what we should do about them. I trust him to be able to help get us out of this fix that we're in.
Representative Castle, do you share this confidence?
Actually, I do. I agree with everything that Maxine said, and I think most of us on the committee feel that Chairman Bernanke is very straightforward and displays a wealth of knowledge in terms of how we're handling this. But this is a difficult circumstance, and I think all of us on the committee realize well what all of our constituents realize, and that is that there is a tremendous problem with housing right now, with liquidity, with mortgages, and we have to do something with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and that's the proposal that's been before us in the House for several months now, and then coming back from the Senate again. And I think that next week we probably will get something finally done. There's disagreement right now about certain aspects of this, but I can't imagine that we'll go on the August break without getting something done.
I agree. We're going to have a bill before us, and we're going to get it done.
That's why we specifically want to know Chris Dodd today, who is the ranking Democrat on the Senate Banking Committee, so he's basically the counterpart of you two, saying he looks for a bill next week. He told me yesterday that he, in all likelihood, would vote for some version of what the Treasury Secretary is proposing, but there's a lot of concern about, is this a blank check? Where is this leading us to? Representative Waters, are you basically on board then with what the Treasury Secretary has proposed? Would you give this a yes vote?
Yes, I am on board, and I'll tell you why. We're strengthening OFEO. That is a regulatory agency designed to deal with Freddie and Fannie. We had already started to work on those reforms. They're going to be stronger. They're going to be able to keep a handle on them. In addition to that, in this bill, you will see some very tough measures dealing with Fannie and Freddie. For example, we will take first position from the Treasury with the money that we loan. When they pay back money, we'll be first in line. Secondly, the CEO and the upper management will not be able to get fat bonuses and extraordinary paychecks. That's going to be dealt with. And I really believe that we're on the right track, and we've got to, at this point in time, allow them to have access to the discount window at the Fed and allow the Treasury to invest in them. Maybe we'll do some other things later, but for now, this is the right formula.
Representative Castle, are you going to vote yes on some version of the Treasury proposal?
Well, I'm more cautiously aboard, I guess we should say. I do believe that we have to take these steps. Whether we have the exact right package right now or not, I don't know. There are Republicans who are balking at this point. There's a couple of provisions they don't like. They're concerned about cost and that kind of thing. I'm probably more on the line of going along with it. I would hope that we can have good discussions in the next few days and come up with something that everybody can support, because clearly the country needs it. And I don't want to see a political division on this legislation next week.
Absolutely.
Quickly, Representative Waters, I'd like to ask you both, I've just got 30 seconds left. If the Fed has to raise rates to fight inflation, will you support him on that?
Well, I'm very cautious about that. We'll take a look and we'll see. We're prepared to be cooperative, and I think on both sides of the aisle, we don't want to play games with this. We want to make sure that we're doing the right thing, so I'm optimistically cautious on that.
Representative Castle?
I think it's just a matter of opinion, really. I don't think we have much legal authority to do anything about the Fed raising rates one way or another. We'll watch all that carefully. I think the Fed chairman and the whole Fed is watching it carefully, too. They're concerned about inflation as well as a balance of liquidity in this country, and it's a difficult subject matter right now.
Well, I thank you both. Maxine Waters, thank you, and also to Michael Castle. Thanks both for joining us. A busy day for you. Thanks for taking the time.